Hey, what's up guys, this is Unleash here today, and we are doing something different to the usual discussions I do. Well, it's a discussion, just a different kind of discussion. In today's video, we'll be comparing two of Sonic's most known and well-received games, which are of course Sonic 06 and Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. A reminder, his most known and well-received. Okay, obviously I'm messing around here. The games we're going to be comparing here are Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2. Now, you might have noticed me saying we a lot, and I know I say that every video, but this time it's a special we. That sounds weird, but okay. In today's video, I'll be joined by none other than the man himself, a Mankster. Everyone give this man a round of applause. Yes! Woo! Yeah, Mankster, you go lad. Woo! Yeah!
Hey guys, it's Mankster here, and first of all I'd like to say thank you Unleash for letting me join you. And today we will be just pretty much comparing Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and what game is better in each aspect. So we will be talking about three aspects: the gameplay, the stages and the story. So the gameplay part will pretty much be how the characters control and how it feels to move them in both of the game's stages. And the next thing we will be comparing is the stages in terms of level design, and finally we will be talking about the story and how they both stack up against each other in terms of character development, and pretty much if the story is just generally good.
Well, looks like it's Unleash's time to speak. Feels a bit weird not doing my usual intro, but oh well. So then, first things first, the gameplay. In Sonic Adventure 1, you can play as 6 characters: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, E102 Gamma, and everybody's favourite character, Big the goddamn cat. So, as Sonic, you have a few moves from the classic games, and you have the homing attack and the light speed dash. In general, Sonic in Sonic Adventure 1 moves better, as he seems faster, and when spin dashing, he doesn't take 10 years to charge it, and Sonic doesn't have the somersault, which I think is really unnecessary, and ruins the flow and speed of Sonic Adventure 2.
Well, what I find better in Adventure 2 is the light dash, as it can be activated at an instant, unlike in Adventure 1 where you have to charge the dash up, which is slow and annoying. Now in terms of how Sonic is in Adventure 2, he feels slower, and the homing attack is also slower, which is a little pet peeve in my opinion. And a new move which is added into Adventure 2 is called the Bounce Bracelet, and is really fun just bouncing around stages. Now in terms of Sonic's character design, I do like Sonic Adventure DX's render better than Adventure 2's render, but I find the normal Sonic Adventures render to be a bit trash compared to the others. Knuckles' gameplay is pretty much the same in both games, but I do like Adventure 2's moveset a bit better, as I love the drill dive. Now some of you guys may have played Adventure 2, and I'm sure you've drill dived from the top to the bottom of Meteor Head. If you haven't, please rethink your life choices. Anyways, moving on, Knuckles also has better digging controls. Now you don't have to mash A and B to make him dig, you just jump and drill dive into the ground, which is fast and to me is a lot more fun.
Right, moving on to Tails. In Sonic Adventure 1, he has the ability to fly and do his tail attack, and he is fast and fun to control. Unlike Tails in Sonic Adventure 2, he isn't a mech in that game. Okay, so now we move on to E102 Gamma. His gameplay is pretty much a faster and better controlled mech, and I really like Gamma in comparison to the mechs. Now, for the stages. In Sonic's story, in Adventure 1, the stages are more detailed to Sonic, unlike the other characters in the game. I do find the stages in Adventure 1 more open world compared to Sonic Adventure 2 stages, as in Adventure 2, it's mostly just one path, while in Adventure 1, there are many pathways, and it's pretty much more fun to explore around Adventure 1 stages more than Adventure 2's.
Now I do feel Adventure 2 stages are faster, just because I think Sonic is slower in that game. It cancels out. Moving on to Knuckles, I think his stages are better in Adventure 2, as his stages are pretty much the same as Sonic's in Adventure 1, and his stages give a better sense of exploration in Adventure 2. Now, comparing E102 and the mechs, I think the mech stages are better just because there are more of them, and also because the stages aren't the same as Sonic's. Now, as a bonus talk, I'll talk about Amy. So, I think she's actually got a lot of potential, but I think she's also a bit slow, and she's bad with slopes. Alright, so finally, the story. With Sonic Adventure 1's story, each character's story is not as connected to each other, but I'll try to explain the story vaguely. So it starts off with a water creature called Chaos. He is the god of destruction according to Eggman, or should I say Robotnik, as he is in his old alias in this game. and he's about to attack Station Square, which by the way has the best hub music, and make Robotnik land. Now we pan to Sonic, who has to try and get all of the emeralds and destroy Chaos before Eggman gets all of the emeralds and makes Chaos into perfect Chaos. Look, I'm gonna call Eggman, I'm used to that. Next story we have Tails. For most of the journey he just tags along with Sonic, but towards the end he decides that he doesn't need to rely on Sonic for everything, and while Chaos is fighting Sonic, Tails has to save Station Square from a missile. Tails manages to destroy the missile, and Eggman with anger attacks Tails, and well, Tails wins and is awarded with an emerald. Third is he has to find all of the Master Emerald shards as Chaos shattered it, and well, he got tricked for the second time by Eggman, and Knuckles thought Sonic had one of the Master Emerald shards, and well, after that the emeralds somehow fall out and Eggman takes them. Knuckles, with the truth, decides to go his own way without attacking Sonic. Fourth is Amy. She has to avoid a robot who is there to take a flicky to power more of his robot machines. Amy, being the caring person she is, decides to help the bird find its family. Lastly, it's E102 Gamma. Now him and Amy's stories are quite interconnected, as the animal inside E102 is part of Flicky's family. So Gamma goes and destroys all of his E-series brothers to save the animals inside, and in the end perishing himself. His story is one of my favourites in the whole of the Sonic series. In the midst of all of this, there's a mysterious woman named Tikal. She is part of Chaos's backstory, and it shows that Chaos is actually the one who protects the child, and he was angered as the world was filled with war, and because of this anger, Tikal tries to convince her father that war is not the option, as she was part of the Echidna clan, where Knuckles is from. In the end, Tikal is just pushed away with the other child, which angers Chaos, and he causes destruction to the clan. In the end, he is trapped back into the Master Emerald, and after some years the emerald is shattered and Chaos is awakened. Now we finish with the Supersonic story, where Chaos has become perfect and Station Square is overflowing with water, and has ridiculed Eggman as its master, and has lost control. Sonic has to transform into Supersonic with the leftover positive energy from the emeralds, as Chaos is using the negative energy of the emeralds. He fights Chaos and wins, and makes him into his first form, thus calming him down. Tikal for some reason comes out of nowhere, thanks most of the heroes and Chaos and her go into the sky, ending the epic Sonic Adventure 1.
All's well that ends well, right?
Sonic Adventure 2's story is more easier to follow due to there only being 2 stories instead of the 6 in SA1, a hero and dark story. In the hero story, it starts off with Sonic in a gun chopper, as he has been arrested due to being framed for committing a crime. Sonic, being Sonic, ain't got time for that, and jumps out of the chopper, ripping a piece off of it and using it as a board, and he goes through the city whilst being hunted down by a gun. Sonic takes on a gun mech, and once he prevails, finally meets his faker, the one who framed him before, causing him to be arrested, Shadow the Hedgehog. They end up sort of fighting, but Shadow uses the power of Chaos Control and teleports away, leaving Sonic to get arrested by a gun. Again. Meanwhile, in a desert area, Knuckles and Rouge are busy arguing over the Master Emerald, like little kids, until Eggman swooshes right in and takes it right from their very noses. But since this isn't a movie, Knuckles doesn't just sit there and watch. He takes action and attempts to get it back. Notice attempts there, because he ends up shattering it to pieces. He must gather the piece of the Master Emerald to restore it. Again, Eggman decides to head to his base. Tails is busy trying to rescue Sonic from Prison Island, but sees that Amy is in danger from Eggman, so saves her. Tails learns that Amy is here to save Sonic too, and tells her it's too dangerous. Even though Amy is the one who saves Sonic, so apparently not. Sonic needs to find Shadow and take him out, so he tries to escape from Prison Island, and meets Shadow by complete chance in Green Forest. Sonic then makes Shadow eat those words. Eggman tells Shadow that he needs to escape the island before it blows up, meaning Sonic also needs to do that, or else he would die, along with Tails and Amy. After the island blows up, Eggman makes an important news announcement and reveals the Ark. It decides to blow up half of the moon as a warning, and in 24 hours will do the same to the Earth. Sonic decides to distract the military, while Tails and Amy try to track down Eggman with a Chaos Emerald. Knuckles decides to show his face, by complete chance, once again, and the four of them must go and find the President's limo to track down where Eggman called the President from. Before Sonic reaches him, the President is called by Eggman and told that if he does not surrender, his country will cease to exist in 24 hours. Sonic and Tails appear from out of nowhere to track Eggman's call back to the Space Colony Ark, so it's time to get moving. They track down Eggman in the desert area in his pyramid base, and that is how they will reach the Space Colony Ark. They obviously manage to infiltrate his base, with an Eggman encounter, and for some strange reason, Knuckles drives his space shuttle instead of Tails. Strange, isn't it? On the Ark, Tails reveals he has managed to create an exact replica of a Chaos Emerald, only it's less powerful than the real one. Tails goes to destroy the power supply of the weapon, and Sonic goes to find the control room. Sonic reaches the room, but gets a call from Tails saying something happened to Amy, who gets cut off. Meanwhile, Knuckles and Rouge are at it again, arguing over the emerald pieces. Only Rouge gives Knuckles the Master Emerald pieces, and the emerald is restored. Tails then ruined the whole plan by snaking Sonic out, and then he's sent to space and dies. Not really. He takes controls back on the Ark with the fake emerald and meets Knuckles. He then has a showdown with Shadow. Now, in the Dark story, Eggman is infiltrating a military base and lets Shadow out. Shadow tells Eggman to bring the Chaos Emeralds to the Ark. In Radical Highway, Shadow has a flashback of Maria and decides to have revenge on the planet. Rouge finds out Eggman is on the Ark. Then Shadow tells Eggman that the Chaos Emeralds power the Eclipse Cannon and can be used to destroy the planet. Rouge makes a deal with Eggman, since she will help him find the Chaos Emerald, and they end up on Prison Island, looking for a Chaos Emerald. They need to execute the plan in 30 minutes, or else the island will blow up with them on it. Rouge calls Shadow for help from a locked safe with the Chaos Emerald, and he goes to save her. After the island blows up, a flashback plays, with Maria asking Shadow how life is on Earth, and then Eggman blows up the moon. Eggman learns from Rouge that Tails has the final Chaos Emerald that he needs to unleash the cannon's true potential, and then Rouge updates Gun on what she has found out so far. Shadow then snakes out Sonic and the gang, saying they're heading for the pyramid. Wow. Everybody's out to snake Sonic out, are they? Huh. Rouge manages to trick Eggman to get the password from him and goes on the computer. Eggman decides to head back to the Ark to deal with Sonic, and if anything happens to him, Shadow will finish off the job. Shadow finally works out that Rouge is working with the President, and he goes off to fulfill his promise to Maria. Eggman places the final emerald in the Eclipse Cannon, and then we move on to the last story. The last story carries on from the Dark story, and a message from General Robotnik is being shown to everyone, saying that the world will feel his wrath for taking everything from him, and the Ark will crash onto Earth, wiping out everyone and everything. The reason for Gerald's revenge was because Maria was killed. Rouge comes up with the idea that Knuckles will use his strangely tiny Master Emerald to stop the power of the Chaos Emerald. Amy manages to convince Shadow to help them by truly understanding what Maria wanted Shadow to do, to help people, not get revenge. Sonic and Knuckles find a shrine similar to the one on Angel Island, but it's a trap, and the Bio Lizard is unleashed. Shadow takes on the Bio Lizard while Sonic and Knuckles use the Master Emerald to stop the Chaos Emeralds. It works, but the Bio Lizard has now become one with the Ark, and is heading straight for Earth. It's time for Sonic and Shadow to go Super Saiyan and defeat the final hazard, which they do. They get to control the Ark so that it is no longer heading for the Earth, but sadly, Shadow dies in the process. The Earth is safe, but Shadow still lives in the memory of the people. The end. Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog. So, looking at the overview of both stories, Sonic Adventure 1 has better character development in my opinion, and Sonic Adventure 2 has an overall more interesting story with a lot more going on. So then, after careful consideration of all the pros and cons of each adventure game, the final result is that Sonic Adventure 1 is clearly better in every single way. Seriously, how could you guys be so stupid? Only joking. There are different opinions on which game is better, and that's okay. It's okay to disagree with one another, but when you start fighting, arguing, and starting wars over it, then that is not okay. But that brings us to the end of this quote-unquote debate. Mankster, you got any last words, lad?
Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to check out my channel too in the description. I have just started to post videos, and there is more to come, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. See ya.
Thank you, Mankster. It was great having you here. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get another round of applause for this man? Woo-hoo-hoo, yes, Mankster. Awesome guy, lad. Awesome guy. But, unfortunately, that about wraps it up for today's video. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, I want to see more videos similar to this. Maybe we could bring Mankster back again. Speaking of Mankster, go and give him a nice little subscribe. The channel link will be down in the description. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, especially the last one, and hope to see you next time. Once again, thanks Mankster, and peace.